All right, welcome back. This is part 2 of this Wednesday watercolor play. And maybe that worked out because I was supposed to wait for this paint to dry anyway. I'm not real sure what you may have heard and what you didn't. So I'm just going to read it again. No, part 1 is using a number 8 round brush and dirty water. Make a simple cap and stem shape, leaving a small area of white paper on both the cap and the stem to act as highlights. Hi, Allie. Hi, Pam. Step 2, while the wash is still wet, tap assorted shades of brown and oranges into the mushroom cap. Let the colors move about to create a modeled pattern. Then with the tip of your brush, finish the underside of the cap shape. Let the wet paint from the cap seep into the outer edges of the line, and then let the paint dry. With warm brown mixed with orange, she says, I've used raw umber mixed with Windsor orange, fill in the underside of the cap. So, awesome. Oops, I grabbed the wrong brush. Let me take that cover off there because now it's got water in it. That's okay. So it said to mix a warm brown. This looks kind of warm. With an orange. Let's see what we get. I don't know. And then you're supposed to fill in underneath here. Cole's being a jerk. All right. Hi, Dar. All right, so let's see. The cap. Using a toothpick to score the mushroom gill. Oh, you know what? I don't have a toothpick in here. Hang on. Oh, no, you needed a toothpick. Toothpicks. I know I have some. And then I guess it looks weird the way they've done it because it makes it look like the mushroom head is just floating. But you're supposed to score in your lines. That's pretty cool how that works. We'll put a little bit up here. Oh, that's the wrong brush again. Guess I need to just get that one wet too. All right. So mine doesn't look like the picture because I keep changing how I'm doing it. That's interesting how you can scrape lines in with something like a toothpick. Who would have thought that? That's why you buy books, right? So you learn this stuff. There's Anne back. Hello, Butter Roll Boutique. Oh, my chair just let down and I felt like I was going for the floor. All right. Okay, so we did that. Start at the center. Okay, use a toothpick to score the mushroom gills. Start at the center and work outward in a starburst pattern. While the paint is still wet, tap your brush into a sepia paint and give the center of the mushroom a flood of color to add depth. So something that's kind of sepia. Well, oh, no. My mushroom looks different because I'm breaking the rules and I'm doing my own thing, because you can when you're doing it. All right, let's see. And giving the center of the mushroom a flood of color to add depth. Going back to the cap, using the colors you've already mixed to create additional modeling. So I'm supposed to pick up some of this stuff here and go bloop. Maybe bring some of that gray back in. It's interesting. Leaving white space is hard. So anyway, there's a mushroom, but my only thing is they didn't do anything to the stem. They just did or maybe I was supposed to be adding things to here. So I'll add a little color. Maybe a little bit of the sepia. Well, there you go. There's a mushroom of sorts. Yeah, I don't have any masking fluid. Mine turned into like a solid lump of stuff in the container, so I don't have that. All right, we're not going to do that one. We'll do that mushroom another day. Let's do a rose. I think that was the next thing. It's another 4-stepper. So, do a rose with Opera Rose. Opera Rose, which I guess would be something within this area here, or another pink pigment, and the tip of a number 8 round. Let's just get this brush wet here. It's got a nice tip. All right. Create concentric petal lines to form the tight center of the flower. So I'm just going to kind of mix this up. All right. So they show like a something like this, and then they do like this. Okay. And they show one more little globby dab there. Okay. That's sort of what you got. All right, number 2. Now move from the center outward. Keep dipping the brush in water and gently drag it against the lip of the container to remove excess water. Your rose should get paler and paler. Oh, I was supposed to do this, and then I wasn't supposed to do them all at once. I was supposed to do the center and then dip it. See how it makes it lighter and lighter? See, that's why you should read all your instructions. Remember those teachers that would give you tests and they'd say, make sure you read everything. And then at the very bottom, it would say, just sign your name and turn this in. And it was one of those things to make sure you read all the instructions. So my biology teacher did that to us one time. And then we were all like, we don't trust you anymore. Oh, I so enjoyed Doc Riles. That was Mr. Ryle, but we all called him Doc Ryle. He was my biology teacher. So anyway, I kind of messed that up because you were supposed to start in the middle. We can do another one here. And after you get your center, you dip it in water and wipe off a bunch of the excess. And then you add the additional lines like that. So they're just real pale. So anyway, we'll have a little one there. Add a simple leaf to the outer edge of the rose. So a simple leaf to the outer edge of the rose. Let's put some of this green down here. Showing a leaf out here, like something like this. Maybe we'll turn this one into a rosebud here with the stem. Okay, there we go. Then it says, while the petals are still wet, dip more upper rose into the center of the flower. Of course, this isn't still wet. To give it a bit more depth. And it shows it just like in just parts of the rose. So don't do all of them. And I could put a little bit on my rose down here. And it shows that they've put, you can also add a dark green to your leaf. That's not dark green. This is why it's important to see where you're sticking your brush. I don't know. Just kind of mixing it up as I go along here, apparently. And then they're showing the whole, I think you can also add dark green, score it to indicate the veins of the leaf. So if we bring this in and go, well, it didn't do. Or did it? Something like that. Just a toothpick. That's amazing to me. So get your watercolors out and give them a good play every once in a while, because you just never know. And pick up a fresh book or pull out one of your old ones. I never would have thought to use a toothpick to scrape in the lines. That is so cool to me. I think that's so cool. I need to work on the roses a little bit. They look okay, but they're not tremendously wonderful. And I was going to do a yellow warbler, but I've taken up so much of the page, but I'm going to try to do a little one right here. So this is a bird, and it says, using a lemon yellow paint and a number 10, which I have a number 8. So I'm going to use a number 8. Create the body of the bird consisting of a simple oval shape with a straight edge on top. So something that is a lemony yellow. So maybe this one, which I haven't wetted. All right, so you're going to do like an oval shape, but the top side of it needs to be flat. So like, ooh, that's really Yemen. Yemen? Lemon. So something like this. And then it says, now add a small circle for the head up here. And this side is supposed to be really round. Okay. With half of the circle inside the oval you already have. Well, that's kind of what I've got here. Add tail feathers with the tip of a number 10 round brush. And it kind of looks like they used a different shade to get the tail feathers on. So maybe something like this. And they're going, I'm looking at it. Bring this down, but then bring these longer. Something kind of like that. Well, my bird's not going to look like the picture, but hey, I'm playing, and that's the most important thing. All right. While the paint's still wet, dip the tip of the brush in raw umber and touch it down on the top of the bird's head. Something that looks like raw umber. Well, I'm just going to grab this one and you just tap it down on his head. I don't know what I'm going to have here. And the wing area. So give him a wing. You can drag the brush delicately here to create a striped appearance if you wish. Well, while with the paint still wet, add violet to the wing and the tail feather area. Dot paint at the top of the wing and let the water move the paint. Use the tip of the brush to create stripes in the tail. They said violet. Violet. Ooh, maybe not like that. Yeah, maybe I got too much water. That didn't go as planned. And then it says, do not watch me for watercolor lessons. I am playing. I'll have a very colorful non-yellow warbler at the rate I'm going. Let's pick up some of that purple because I don't like it. You know, you can pick it up with a wet brush, right? That I learned from Gina Ahrens. If you don't like it, lift it up quick. Oof. Oh, the more I try to fix it, the worse it gets. You've come here to learn something. Maybe not a good idea right this minute. Use the tip of the brush to create the stripes in the tail area. Now it's time to add the beak. Oh, good God, this could go so wrong. With a little neutral tint and a touch of Perusian blue, or is that Prussian blue, use the tip of a liner brush to form a small triangle at the front of the bird's head, giving it a bit of a curve. Once the body of the bird is dry, enhance the intense violet in the wing and feathers using the same technique and let the paint dry completely. Give your little bird feet using 2 diagonal lines and a mixture of orange and yellow. Drag a liner brush down the body. No, drag a liner brush down from the body 1 inch. Then add 2 curved lines in the front and 1 in the back to form the foot. So the closest I have to a liner is this one. Aren't they? This is an Art Deco set. And I played when Gina was doing Watercolor Wednesdays. I used to play around with her then, but it's been a minute. So what did they say to do with the beak? Prussian blue. Prussian blue. I don't even know what Prussian blue is supposed to look like. So we're just going to grab something that looks dark. That looks purple. Prussian blue. Ooh, maybe not that one. That's the one I just did, Becky. Let's add a little black to that. All right. Give it a little beak. Whoops. This just gets worse and worse. Maybe I should give up. No, don't give up. Keep playing. Oh my gosh, he needs a beak job really bad. That doesn't look right. It's way too big. So, welcome to Cartoon Birds with Becky. Yeah, because it's just how things are going right now. I don't know. Oh, this is going so wrong. It's all right. We're just playing, right? I'll look at chat here in just a second. Y'all are probably going, stop, don't do that. All right. Hi, Lynn. We see you. Hi, Teresa. You're here to learn something. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm trying. I don't know what we got going here, but and then let's see. I don't even know what this is. We'll see what he looks like. If nothing else, I've played today, and that's all that really matters. I might quit on that while I'm doing something. Doing something. There's a cat hair on there. Imagine that at my house. You never learn until you keep trying, right? That's how the story's going around here. So they said to put a curved line at the front, two curved at the front. Did they say two at the back? No, just one to the back. Now I think I'm supposed to use a different kind of brush, but hey, he's getting some feet on here. And I got to try to figure out, that's why I guess I need to take the time to fill in the little chart so I'd know what these colors look like. Maybe I should do that sometime. Well, his legs are not supposed to be so involved with the activity here. Well, whatever this is supposed to be, a yellow warbler, bless him, he's just, he's having a hard time. Maybe the wife left him. I don't know. Something's wrong with this bird. And then I'm supposed to give him a little eyeball here. And let's look and see what I've got here. I need to go get my dog in. I'm taking her Monday to get her hair cut off. Poor thing. Well, you know what? I think I should stop with this poor bird. I'm trying, you guys. At least I've got something down on paper. You're feeling bad, Lynn. I'm sorry. Hi, Yolande. So that's what I had marked to do this week. Don't be stressed out. Stress wastes your positive energy. Take a minute and just take a deep, steady breath. This too shall pass. I listened to Tom Hanks in an interview one time. It says, no matter what, this too shall pass. You feeling great? That's awesome. This too shall pass. You feel like crap? This too shall pass. Everything passes in time. Are you looking for someone to look at your videos? Oh, no. I love Tom Hanks. I've loved him since we were both young. Anyway. incredible talent. I always think of him as being my generation's Jimmy Stewart, and I love Jimmy Stewart too. So, yeah. There you go. Allie watched it for you and gave you a like. Hi, Tie Dye and Dawn. How are you? I have not been working on my knitting or crocheting. I finished the knitting bags that I was making for the folks that wanted one in my Monday stitch time. I still have some left. They just have to respond. And when I run out of knitting bags, I'll make something else for anybody that's left that didn't get a knitting bag that wanted one. So on that note, this is all I had planned today. I don't know if I did an image search, if it would come back and say, that's a yellow warbler. So I'm saying it's a bird. It's not necessarily the yellow warbler that, yeah, because I'll show you what he's supposed to look like. So that's what he's supposed to look like. And there's mine. I think what happened is I'm just trying to work in too small a space. And then the rose, what was the rose supposed to look like? Here's the rose. I think that was the final picture for the rose. Yeah, so that's what they got. And this is mine. So I did okay on that. And then the mushroom is back here. So that's the last one for this mushroom. And here's my mushroom. I still like it. So get out your watercolors and paint. I have started sewing the Project Dress-A-Girl dresses. I finished 3 yesterday, except I realized today I didn't do the top stitching on 2 of the dresses' armholes. So I'm going to do that once I finish the 2 dresses I was doing today. And if you guys think I'm making these fast, you have to remember this does not include the cutting out time, because I had pre-cut 5 dresses out. So once I get these 5 dresses completed, then I'll take some time and I'll cut out another group of dresses. So then I can put like several dresses that would use black thread together or green thread, or, they can use the same thread. If I do that, then I can do like production line and just run them through the machine and do repeated steps for multiple dresses. And I get them done a lot faster. That's how I'm able to do these so quickly. All right. So I hope you guys had fun, and I'm going to let you go. Like I said, I'm trying to keep these an hour or less. And next week we might do the red-capped mushroom. All right. I'll see y'all later. Thanks for being here. Hi and bye, Heather.